Okay, let's pick up and run some initial jobs so that we can validate our environment. In the last session, we brought up our Airflow console. You can see the very first job that we have is example_bash_operator. So let's go ahead and run that job. And to run that job, we're going to need to bring up a new terminal. Obviously, your terminal from the last session needs to remain running, otherwise you will literally shut down your server. So to do that, this is what we need to do. We need to bring up a new shell. We need to go back into our bash shell. And from here, we want to go back into our Airflow directory. If you look in your Airflow directory, what you should see is you now have a database, and you also have your web server PID. So if we want to take a look at our web server, that's the PID that's running 14497. And if we look at that in the netstat, we should be able to see that. That is indeed our server, and it's running Unicorn. Okay, so to run our first job, the syntax is Airflow. We want to run, the name of the job was example_bash_operator. Let me go back to the console and make sure that is correct. Example_bash_operator is the name of the job. Run me_0. Let's just give it a date in the past. 2015-01-01. Okay, let's set the path. We set the path with export path equals the existing path colon user local bin. Now if we echo path, we should see user local bin in the path, and run our job again, and you should see we go back into our console. The activity from the job. Let's click on the actual job here, and what you should see is you should see the tree. If you hover over, you can see the time. Looks like our system time isn't synced, but if you go through here, you can see every stop along the train. A few different views. There's a graphical view, which is self-explanatory. We just looked at the tree view. The task duration, we're not finished with this job, so some of these you won't see any data as of yet. Looks like we're just starting to generate data points here. We have a Gantt view, details, and the actual code itself. So this is what it looks like right here. We're going to go into the code a little later, the Python. If we go back to DAGs, you want to see where it actually exists. That file exists on the file system. Select the icon here, and it should show you the file location. So you should be able to go there and find the file. So let's just run one more job just to validate things are working as they're supposed to. Let me first do a cat on that job that we just executed. And you should see that that's the file that we just executed from the command line. Let me clear my screen, and let's run one more command. Airflow backfill. Let's run that same example bash operator -s. Again, let's go back in time. I think I did that right. We'll find out in a second. And while that is executing, give it a second to execute. And again, the objective here is just to trigger a few jobs and just to make sure that we can execute them without error before we begin to configure the product and create our own jobs. So again, if we go back to our console, you should see that our jobs are starting to complete. And these will take a while. This won't be instantaneous. But if you select it, you'll see our jobs running. We ran some of them in a loop. This was the first run me. There's another one that was executed from the command line. And these are from the last script that was executed from the command line. Back to our DAGs. Let's go back into the operator, and you can see we have jobs that are running. We'll again define them here very shortly, but it looks like everything is operating as expected. Okay, so after this we will begin to take a look at configuring Apache workflow. Thank you.